Let me show you how to make a provisional cast on. A provisional cast on is used when you're going to want to pick up those stitches again later. Perhaps you're going to start knitting with another color, or you're going to do a border. So there are different ways to do that. I'm going to show you one of the most basic ways. You're going to start by taking the color that you actually want to be knitting with, and you're going to make a slip knot, normal slip knot. Put that on your needle. You also want to have a length of waste yarn in a contrast color. So it's waste yarn because you're going to use it to hold these stitches. When you get to the end and you pick up the stitches that you're holding, you'll end up throwing this away or using it for some other purpose. So you don't want to have a yarn that's going to really shed, so you probably want to stay away from something like mohair or something else that could really shed on the yarn that you want to be knitting with. So you've got your slip knot on your needle. You want to hold the end of the waste yarn together with the end of the working yarn so that you can secure it. You then want to grab both strands together in the base of your hand. You want to put your thumb to the left of or around the contrast color, and you want to put your forefinger around the main color. So you've got the main color around your forefinger, the contrast color and the waste yarn is around your thumb. Step 1, you're going to go to the outside and underneath the contrast color, and you're going to go up top and around the main color and grab a loop of that. You're going to pull it under the contrast color so that you've made one loop on your needle. Step 2 is you're going to go up and grab the outside of the main color, and you're going to just make another loop. So you've now made 2 loops. We started out with the slip knot, and we just, through those 2 steps, made 2 more loops. So you're going to go back and repeat the first step. So you're going to go to the outside of the contrast color, pick up that loop, go to the outside of the main color, pick up that loop, and you're going to pull that underneath the waste yarn so that you've now made another loop. Step 2, go and pick up a loop of the main color. So we've done steps 1 and 2 twice, and we've got 4 stitches, 1 stitch from each step. And you're going to keep repeating that as many times as you need to for however many stitches you need to cast on. And so once you get to the right number of stitches, it's a little bit easier to end with step 1. So after you've done both, you've captured both yarns. So then you can see you've got the yarns twisted in front, but you can also do it after step 2 where you're just picking up that yarn. There, if you are going to stop there, what you're really going to do is just twist the yarns and just hold it. And at that point, you just want to hold the waste yarn, so that you don't lose the stitch or the yarn. And you're just going to start knitting as you would after any other cast on. Or purling, whatever the pattern calls for. When you get to the end of the cast on row, it's just going to be like any other row. You're knitting that slip knot stitch, and then you'll have finished the first row. And what you can see is that you've now got this waste yarn wound throughout the stitches, and it is holding each stitch at the bottom. And we have another video that will show you how to pick up those stitches when it's time to remove the provisional cast on.